Hi everyone, it's Kim. I'm kind of irritated. I just recorded a video and said a lot of stuff and then hit the mouse, which ended the video halfway through. So I have to do it all over again. Anyway, it is June 14th, midnight. And on the 18th, I believe it is, I will have been 8 months on T. Um, and the news that I have is that this last week on Wednesday, I changed my name legally. And I did it spontaneously. I kept thinking about doing this thing, and I just couldn't decide, on a name, if I just wanted to keep my name but shorten it, or have a completely different name, or what. So for just ease of everything, for right now, I just shortened my name. So my name was Kimberly Joy, and now it's Kim initial J, so Kim J. Um, which is fine, I mean, I've said it before. Kimberly is a traditional British, to be exact, Irish name for men, and so is Kim. Kim's more common. Kim's a bit more manly, whatever. So for ease of everything, right now, I just shortened it, and later I can change it again. But it makes it easier to change later too, because they'll see that all I did was shorten my given name, so it won't be a hassle. So anyway, I was house sitting north of here, and the northernmost King County courthouse was halfway between where I live and where I was house sitting, and I figured it would be good because downtown Seattle, it's crowded, a lot of crime. This courthouse area that it's in, not much crime, which doesn't matter. I mean, you can go to any courthouse, right? But I figured this one would not be busy, and I was right. So all I did was I was sitting at my desk, getting ready to leave, and I thought, well, just let me just. I was just fucking around looking at stuff on the computer about name change again. I already had looked at it. I knew what to do. I had all the forms and everything. But I had heard from a friend that in Seattle or Washington State, you can get the fees waived if you're low income, which I am, and I can prove it. So I actually Googled low income name change Washington. Just I used all those words, and stuff popped up, and I found the law. So the law in Washington is GR8, and so if you just Google GR8 in Washington, if you're low income and you need this name change done, do it. Look up this law, quote it, pull a sentence out of it, write a statement. That's what I did. Just quickly wrote a little statement, and I said, to whom it may concern in the courts of Washington or whatever, in Washington State court system. Um, and I said, here, my name is Kim Byford, and I'm low income, and I need to make a name change because I'm changing my gender. I didn't have to tell them that, actually. I could just say I wanted to change my name, but for some reason, I thought I wanted to say that. But just know, you don't have to say that. You don't have to tell them anything. As long as you're not avoiding creditors, you can change your name to anything you want. So, just so you know. Anyway, but I did. I told them. So, I had all the papers. I had my unemployment documents and, food stamps, whatever. So I grabbed all that and thought, well, what the hell? I'll just stop by the courthouse. I'll turn them in. I'll turn the papers in any case. And then if I have to go back next week, or if they have to do something, or I need more stuff, they can tell me. And I walked in there and gave them the papers, and they said, oh, we can get this done right now. Nobody gave me flack. They read what I had written about changing gender, and they were like, nothing. And they didn't look at me sideways. It took about 15 minutes for him to type stuff in and do all this stuff. And then he said, okay, we'll go sit in the courtroom and wait. and I will deliver the papers to the judge, and she will look at them, and then she will come back in and call you. So I went in there, and actually the judge, they were just finishing up this drunk driving thing or something, and then she went on recess. So I had to wait. I had to sit there and wait like 15 minutes. And then she came back in, and I was the first one she called up real quick in between drunk driving cases, it seemed like. And she called me up, and all I did was swear. I swear to tell the truth, you know. And she said, well, is everything you've written here the truth? And I said, yes. And she said, you know, is your name Kimberly Joy, whatever? And I said, yes. She said, you're changing it to Kim J. And I said, yes. I'm not going to give my last name on here on YouTube. And that was it. And so I sat back down, and she said the clerk, they have clerks everywhere in there. The clerk that's sitting there at the court, next to the judge, actually, will call you up. And in like 10 minutes, she like motioned me up, and that's it. I don't even remember. I was kind of in a daze of it was all happening so fast. I couldn't believe it. I think I might have signed something, but I don't even remember. I think I did, though. Yeah, I did. I signed and dated something. And then she said, okay, well, take these papers to the clerk in the other room, and he'll give you a certified copy of your name change. And I did that. And this is the only hassle I had the whole time. This whole thing took an hour. That's it. Maybe less than an hour. This last clerk was a different clerk than the original one. The only thing he did, you know, he looked at my papers and stuff, and he said, well, did you pay the fees already? And I said, no, they were waived. And he said, why were they waived? And I should have said, none of your business. But I didn't. It took me by surprise that he would fucking ask that question. That's not his business. It's probably illegal for him to ask that. But I said, because I'm low income. And he shut up after that. So that was rude, but he was nice the rest of the time. So it took another 15 minutes. So I actually purchased 2 extra certified copies for $5 each. So I paid $10 to get my name changed, which if I had done the exact same thing normally would have cost me $140 with the extra copies. So just saying. Anyway, my point is to let people know that, you know, always ask and always try to find out if there's some option. If you're low income, if you're disabled, whatever, there might be some options as far as waiving fees or expediting, or who knows. You don't know unless you ask, or unless you ask the broad spectrum of people, in other words, like other people in the trans community maybe, for advice or for what they did. And that's how I found this out. So my name now legally is Kim and J, initial J. So, and my last name. So, yeah. So I did this, and then, gosh, I think it was 2 days later, I remembered that I'm taking my certification test for medical assisting in 2 weeks, and my legal name on my driver's license has to exactly match the name on the permit for the test, which is Kimberly Joy. So I had a little panic. The thing is, I would have waited till after the test to do this, but it was so spontaneous, and I honestly didn't think they would do it the same day. So I was just caught up. And if I would have, you know, I could have said, oh, wait, I have to wait 2 weeks, but it's all right. It'll work out. I think I'm just going to, you know, I'm not going to change my driver's license yet, and I'll just bring that in when I take the test. They're not going to question it. It matches, whatever. So the only thing I might have to deal with later is, you know, if I get a job and they want to see my certification name is not going to match my driver's license name exactly, you know. So, you know, I've already been a little paranoid about what am I going to do about that. But, you know, my friend pointed out, A, it's none of their business, and they probably can't ask about it. But if they are questioning the legality of it or whatever, then I can just say what I've been saying to people, which is true. It's not why my parents named me Kimberly, but it is a true fact that it is a traditional British male name. Not common, but so I can always say that. Look, it's not my fault. I was named this. It's the way it is. Because the fact is, I don't necessarily want to have to go into a new job and say, hey, I'm trans. I'm not ashamed of it. But at the same time, I my identity is trans, but it's also male. And it's trans here in this YouTube little world. And it's trans with some of my trans friends. But honestly, we think of each other as male also, as men. So I would just like to go out to a new job, and not, I don't want to be questioned. I don't want the possibility of harassment. I honestly don't. I'm tired of it. I've had it for 50 years, I mean, some people on here, they have not had their whole lives being harassed. I'm not trying to get pity or anything. It's just a fact. I've been harassed literally since I was a baby. Not kidding either. Not harassed, but people always said, "Oh, that's a cute little boy," and my mom would get pissed off. So, my point is, I'm tired. I don't. It's okay to be different or whatever. Like, we're different. That's great. I mean, we're special. But everyone's special. You know what I mean? Like, I would just like to be seen as Kim, the man, with a slightly unusual name. You know. So that was my point. I don't want people questioning it, but you know what? If they do, it's Seattle, and if they do, fine. I'll tell them. Like I said, I'm not ashamed of it. I would just, for once, like to just be completely right as male, and not questioned at all. Like, it would just be nice. That's all. But that's my news. I got my name changed, and then I sent my doctor the form from the DMV that you have to fill out. And so I filled it out, my portion, mailed it to my doctor. I could have made an appointment with her, but I went ahead and mailed it. And so when she fills that out, I think she's going to send it back to me, and I can't actually remember if I mail it to Olympia or if she has to mail it to Olympia, or if I just take it to the DMV and then they mail it to. I don't know. I'm a little confused, but so I'll have my gender and my name changed at the same time at the DMV. And while I'm there, I'll also get my voting name changed, because you can usually change your voter registration at the DMV, which a friend pointed out. I didn't even think about my voter registration, so I got to do that. And I am a little stressed about the stuff I have to do as far as, now I'm going to have to call everybody, like not my friends, but anyone that's connected with me in some way where my name is used, my bank, all just everywhere, any place where I pay a bill online or like, you know, cable, all that. So, and I don't think calling them will be enough. I'll have to send them a copy of my certified copy. I think only a couple places actually need the actual certified copy, and that's probably the DMV and Social Security. But all the others, a copy should suffice, and they can find out that it's legal and all that. So I'm a little stressed, but I just need to be methodical. That's all. I need to spend one whole day making like an Excel spreadsheet. It actually shouldn't be that much, but I think it's more than I think. More people than you think have your legal name. So, but it'll be fine. It's not like I have 18 credit cards or bank accounts or all this. I don't have all that stuff, so it'll be fine. And actually, my credit cards already say my name, my legal name, because they just went ahead and I told them I want to be called this name, and they put it on my credit card. But in their records, it's my old name. So that's what I have to do, and then, I was a little concerned about Social Security card because I had to replace my Social Security card once. I got my Social Security card when I was 5 years old. I was going to be in a commercial, and I auditioned and everything, and they wanted me for this commercial, and I was too scared. So my parents didn't make me do it. I told them, you should have made me do it. I could have had residuals. Anyway, but they weren't mean, so they didn't. But I have a Social Security card all that time. Well, I oddly, I had not lost it through all the moves. I've moved like 25 times in my life, literally. I've moved so many times. Never lost it. But I lost it somehow or misplaced it, so I had to get a new one because a job wanted a copy of it, you know. So I went in there. There's like you can go inside. There's Social Security places in every state. I went there, and you know, I paid my money, and they never sent me a new card. It took months for them to send me a new card. And this wasn't a name change or anything. It was just a new card. So I'm a little stressed out about that. About if they're going to mess with me or what, you know. But I had good news today, which I should actually print this out